Hello everyone, my name is mAxIm, and recently I have programmed a simple neural network and you are watching how it plays Mario. It learned how to do it from scratch using an approach that is based on real biological evolution, and in this video I'm going to explain you how it is learning, how its brain look like, and show you some steps on its way to success. The original paper is called NEAT, which stands for Neural Evolution of Augmenting Topologies. The main idea of this approach is to simulate evolution principles programmably and teach neural networks to do something that we need. In this video I'm going to implement first rule of evolution, and it is called natural selection. It is also known as survival of the fittest. By the way, can you name some other principles? Natural selection occurs when some of the species have more likely to survive and reproduce depending on their genes. To understand it better, let's look at nature, for example at lions. As you know, lions live in families called prides, which consist of a few adult males, females and kids. In the head of the pride there is always one dominant male, alpha lion. Lions are very aggressive animals and often fight with each other to see who is stronger, and if some lion is stronger than current alpha lion, he will replace him and previous alpha lion will have to leave the pride. Lioness would prefer to have kids from the strongest lion, because kids from him will have better genes, thus more probability to survive. Usually all kids in pride are from alpha lion. In other words, male lions are competing with each other in strength, and only strongest one are becoming alpha lions and give birth to the next generation kids. While breeding, genes from alpha lions and lioness are crossed and randomly mutated, and then lions from next generation are competing again, generation after generation. So we are doing the same thing, evolving our neural networks in playing Mario. But before we start, we must somehow give score to our neural networks, how good they are playing Mario. It will be how far they will go to the right from the start of the level. We will create a population of randomly generated neural networks and let them play Mario. Then we will choose the best ones, let's call them Alpha Marios, and let them breed to the next generation. We will be also giving a random mutations to our neural networks while breeding, and let them play Mario again and again, and hopefully, after some time, we will have a neural network that plays Mario well. But how does our neural network look like? It consists of three main parts. First one, input neurons. This is where our network gets information about the environment. In human case, this is what we see, hear, smell, and so on. And in Mario case, it will be what we see on the screen while playing. Second, output neurons. This is how our network acts. In Mario case, this is pressing buttons on the controller, like up, left, A, B, and so on. Third, middle neurons. This is amount of neurons connecting each other, just like neurons, dendrites, and axons in human brain. So we are sending signal to our input neurons, and it is going through our network, activating neuron by neuron until it reaches some of output neurons and simulate pressing of button on our controller. In our case, genes are combination of neurons and their connections with each other, and while mutation, we will add or remove some neurons or their connections. Let's create 10 randomly generated neural networks and let them play Mario. We will give them names and surnames to track their families. Okay, what do we see here? Some of Marios are just standing, some are going left or jumping on the same place, but two of them, William Brook and Alan Thompson, are going right. They will die from the first enemy, but anyway, they will get the best score among the others. We will choose them as our Alpha Marios and let them breed. So, in next generation, almost everybody will receive the genes that are responsible for going right, except those who lost this ability due to unfortunate mutation, like Merlin Brook. After a few generations, Steve Thompson had another interesting idea: go right and jump all the time, and jumped over the first enemy and reached the first pipe. It was a good idea. After a few generations, everybody in our population are going right and jumping. They were evolving on, and after about 100 generations, first network managed to reach the flag. This run you saw at the beginning of the video. It was very interesting to see how they evolve and show different behavior, and if you want to play with it as well, I will leave a few useful links in the description. In next videos we are going to implement a few more principles of evolution, like crossing of genes and dividing our population into species that can't breed between each other, and let our networks play more and more complicated video games. Thanks for watching.